Hello, everyone. It is Wednesday. Wednesday, I tell you, it is. I checked the calendar. It's over there now, not over there. Over there. The one I have up there is an antique one. Oh, it is good to have you here on Wednesday, the 11th of May. The 11th of May. How are you tonight? What are you grateful for today? Hey, Carrie, good to have you here live tonight. Live here in Narts tonight. It is great to have everybody. It has been a long day. It has been a long day today. And I've got a longer one tomorrow. I don't even know all the things on my list for tomorrow. I was just like, what are all the things on my list? I know I got to be in Boston, but I'm like, who am I meeting with tomorrow? Oh, a bunch of political hacks tomorrow. It is good to have you here. How is everything in your world? What are you all grateful for this Wednesday? I'm grateful I got to see my stores today. It was nice to see them. It was nice to meet with the team. It was nice to see what was happening and going on. It was very good. It was very, very good. So that was exciting. Hey, everybody, we are broadcasting tonight on both Facebook and YouTube. If you have any problems with Facebook, no problem at all. Cassandra's got the link to YouTube there for you, right there in the show comments. They are there. I promise you that. But it has been a long, long day. So I am going to get started here right off the bat here with our Stay Positive book. Our Stay Positive book is where I go to get us started tonight. We are on page 70. Everyone wants to be great, but you can't be great without sacrifice. When you lose yourself in the service of a greater cause, you find the greatness within you. You do find the greatness within you. When it's not about you, you find the greatness within you. There you go, folks. You do. You do. Our quote from Simon tonight is, hire people inspired to achieve something big over people who demand something big before they feel inspired. Think about that for a second. Hire people inspired to achieve something big over people who demand something big before they feel inspired. There you go. There you go. Turning to retail for a second, general retail. ThredUp's loss has widened even as their revenue has increased. Revenue rose 31% to $72 million in the quarter, right? I assume this is the quarter. Yes, in the first quarter of this year, their revenue rose to $72 million. Okay. On revenue of $72 million, they lost $20 million. I mean, did they check the couch cushions? Did they check the couch cushions to see where this money went? Almost $21 million. Although they like to say they kicked off 2022 with a quarter of strong financial performance. Losing $20 million. If I came home, if I went to my peanut gallery and say, hey, look, I lost $20 million this quarter, I think they would be like, you're nuts. You are nuts. Okay, out there. And I think, it's funny. I had this conversation today. I had a meeting today with one of my landlords, and he was talking about, the craziness in some of these companies that don't have to make money. Where does that end? And so ThreadUp though, hey, Julie Jankowicz, how are you tonight? The one caveat I'll give to ThreadUp is that of all the things, all the online players in resale, ThreadUp is poised to be the actual one that reaches profitability. So ThreadUp is the one that can become profitable. They are unabashed about paying their consigners less or feeing them to death and paying them very little for their items so that they can be profitable and that there's a cost to doing their business. But they still lost $20 million. At that rate, in 3 months, they lost $20 million. So that would mean they'd lose $80 million if they hold steady. They would lose $80 million this year. That means their cost of customer acquisition is too high. Their processing costs are too high. Their handling costs are too high. That they have some real structural problems that they need to address. So that not for nothing. They have some real issues to address, but they're still doing better than all the others. Okay, they're doing better than the Real. And the Real and Rebag. Hang on one second. I have an update on them too. I have a stat on them. Let me just give me 1 second to find it. Come on here in all my papers. Oh, Rent the Runway. The Rent the Runway says they're going to focus on trying to be profitable. That's another one. Yeah, they closed locations last year. Exactly, Julie. So all these players are not, they're trying to gain market share. They're trying to gain customers. Their cost of customer acquisition is too high, which is the whole direct-to-consumer problem right now that all these companies are having, whether it's one of the mattress companies, whether it's one of these resale companies. It costs a lot of money to do what they do. It costs a lot of money to do what they do. And they haven't streamlined it to make it faster, to make it more efficient. So, the other problem they have, and the Real has said this is a real problem for them, is they know the supply chain is local. They know that their biggest problem is people want to do business locally with stores they know, like, and trust. It's not Facebook Marketplace. It's not it's not a garage sale. It is other resale stores because people want to do business locally with people they know, like, and trust. So that is a big issue that is facing the online players. And it's really the cost of acquisition and the lifetime value. The people that are doing business with them are looking for a deal. They're looking for an instant payback. Hey, Kitty, how are you tonight? Good to have you here. Good to see you again. They are looking for that instant payback. Customers in that online sphere that are doing with the players like ThreadUp and the Real are doing it for the deal. Okay, the one-off. They are not building lifetime loyalty. You in your store, okay, flips that equation around. You completely flip that equation and you change it to loyalty. And it is a real problem for these players. They have all this money, but it's the old political thing. Does the money buy votes? No, it doesn't. So, they are not buying loyalty. So yes, people try them. Yes, people do things, okay? And that's fine. I want people to understand that isn't the same as doing business with your store. Okay, and I want them to understand that you don't report to Wall Street, okay, and you need to make a profit. Otherwise, the lights don't stay on. The lights go out, but you want to keep the lights on, okay? And so you don't have the ability to lose $20 million a quarter or $20 a quarter, much less $20 million. Okay, that is not what this is in. And to take care of your employees, which is so incredibly important, to take care of your team, to take care of your store, okay, it is incredibly important that you are running a profitable business. You can't run like ThreadUp and the Real Run losing millions and millions of dollars a quarter. Wayfair lost something like 100 and something million. I know they're not resale, but they are competing in the furniture marketplace. And, that is not yours. And it's tough because those online players do keep on throwing money at their staff and at their customers to try to keep them. Because other things such as Uber and Lyft, their model isn't on profit. Your store needs to be about profitability, and your customer will appreciate it. Okay, your customer does appreciate it, because that is the number one threat that Real lists. Okay, is the local resale store. So they're telling their investors, they're telling the ones that are giving them money to lose, that the biggest threat is you. And you're right, Julie. Yay for us. Okay, they aren't going to fix that problem with money unless they're going to put us on the payroll, unless they're going to put us and say, we're going to give you $1,000 a month. They're going to give every person $1,000 a month, or they'll pay people some crazy amount. That is not how this works. So Wall Street and them have an issue. Wall Street and them have an issue, and it is very interesting. And it is very interesting, your unique advantage. And you can't beat the brick and mortar shopping experience. That's right, Rose. You absolutely can't. People will say retail is dead. And I will 100% agree with you that boring retail is dead. Bad retail is dead. I was in one of my stores today, and they were talking, they've had a lot of customers who hadn't been in a couple of years. As people are coming back out and buying clothes and doing things right now, and they're just wowed by the changes we've made in that time. And we're continuing to make changes. Even I was in one today that they had done a fabulous job updating the paint, and simple things, not expensive things, but simple things. And the place looked fabulous. I mean, it really looked wow. It was great to see that. And great to see how that looked and how customers were receiving it. Simple changes, big results. It doesn't have to be a complete flip of your store. Little changes have a big impact. And that is the whole thing. Slight edge change. What slight edge changes can you make that will have an unbelievable impact? And that is what we look to do as we set our goals for our stores. But that is exciting for our customers. That is exciting for our team members. And that is exciting for our suppliers. And so we keep that excitement, which keeps them coming back. They are excited to consign with us. They are excited for their items to sell. They are excited to earn money to send their kids to camp, to buy food, to hedge inflation, to get the next season's clothes, to buy better decor for their home, to do whatever they want to do, to go on a family vacation. They are doing that and taking part in your community because you take part in theirs, and that you take it seriously. So that is something that ThreadUp, the Real, Rebag, any number of them, and whatever the next one is, okay, that gets Wall Street investors. Okay, you don't need Wall Street investors to run a great business. And you ladies and gentlemen are doing a great job leading a great company. So that is very, very exciting. There's a lot going on there in the world. There's a lot of good going on. But some of this irrational exuberance on Wall Street is just hullabaloo. Hullabaloo, I tell you. And you can do better. You can do better. You can be better. And so that is exciting, and that is really very, very good. So I share that with you so that you know that, because it's important to know where you sit versus traditional retail, or any aspect of resale and retail. It's important to know what else is going on. You can't just live in a bubble. You can't just live in a bubble. You got to know what's going on. So that's why I talk about it. That's why that's part of the reason I'm here talking about it. We are headed to the point, Kitty, where there has to be a reckoning. That was part of one of the conversations I had today, that there has to be, because it's all just funny money at this point. You know, the markets in general are overvalued. There's too much money out there. You know, I was talking with one guy today, and he was like, he was at not a highfalutin country club, a country club in Florida. And this guy was driving a golf cart, and he had it decked out with Pittsburgh Steelers and everything. And he was wearing a Pittsburgh Steelers t-shirt, and he didn't look like much of anything. And the person I was talking to said to the guy, "Hey, you must really like the Steelers." And he's like them? I own them. And he was one of the owners of the Pittsburgh Steelers. And so, you know, there's just a lot of money floating out there. Right now, your IRAs are going to take a beating because there's going to be this market correction. But you are in it for the long haul, Kitty. You are not in it to, you know, you're not dropping dead tomorrow. Okay, you're in this for the long haul. Okay, you are in this for the long term, and your investment's in it for a long term. You can't day trade your retirement. So know that, and you are investing for the long term. So I am with you there. I looked at the statements. I mean, I look at it, but I don't worry about it. Because, you know, if markets have hit this level, they can hit this level without irrational exuberance. Okay, I'm calling this, the markets today, irrational exuberance, and they can hit this without funny money, without irrational exuberance. And you know, there's going to be an adjustment. One of the market adjustments. I'll give you one more thing tonight. You know, there's been much made of the student loan pause. And I don't want to get too political on it, but honestly, the cost of college went up exponentially as the government got involved in helping finance it. Okay, is the short answer to it. And I have numbers that can back that. We can talk about that another night. But I want to leave you with one number on it tonight. Since the student loan pause, the percentage of student loan borrowers who have made their regular payments during the student loan pause is 1.2% of borrowers have made their regular payments. That doesn't mean that people haven't socked money away. That doesn't mean people have made no payments. But only 1.2% of student loan borrowers have made their regular payments. And that leads us to a upcoming financial issue cliff challenge. And so we will talk about that. We'll talk about that a little more because that is a headwind for the economy, but it could bode well for resale. But we'll talk about that some more because I have some other thoughts on it. But you know what else? This video and everything I talk about goes over to narcs.org/resalestrong by noon the next day. Noon, I tell you, all the files, all the links, including a direct link to the YouTube channel. You're not alone running this store, where you can like, comment, subscribe, and oh yes, you can ring the bell so you know when another one drops. You can also share it with everybody you know in business, the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker, so we can help everybody be a better business. I am here every Wednesday and Sunday at more 8 than ish. But if you have a question in between, you can just call me, email me. You can do something. You can find me. Email me, Neil, Neil at ECIstores.com, Neil at ECIstores.com. We start this program every night with the Stay Positive book. Tonight we're on page 70. Everyone wants to be great, but you can't be great without sacrifice. When you lose yourself in the service of a greater cause, you find the greatness within you. Spread positive gossip today. Be the kind of person who says positive things about people to other people. When the enemy knows it can't defeat you, it tries to get you to defeat yourself. This goes for your country, your team, and your life. Stay positive, stay united, stay connected, and stay encouraged. Boom, there you go, people. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Neil Abramson. I do like a good party. A wedding, a bar mitzvah, a NARCS conference in less than 30 days. I'm going to be there. Will you? But until then, and until Sunday at More Hate Than Ish, know that you, and you, but most importantly you, yes, you're not alone running this store. Have a great night, everybody. I'll see you on Sunday.